What's going on, guys? My name is David. Welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be taking you on how you can create a custom menu icon using just CSS without no JavaScript or any other framework. So our focus for today's video is just our focus should be on our pseudo element, the checked, the before and after, because we're going to be manipulating through our before and after to create our menu icon. So I have created a template on my notepad++. I've created a file called home.php. You can name it whatever you want. So I'm going to start with our barebone HTML, and I'm going to give it a title of custom CSS menu icon. So I'm going to include my style tag because I'm going to be using an inline style, and I'm going to be giving it a default styling property like the border box. I'm going to explain what the border box does. Border box, box sizing. So what this box sizing does is that if we should give an element a particular width and we include padding or margin, it shouldn't affect the width we've given it. If we should give it a 200 pixels and we add padding, it should still maintain that 200 pixels and then still add the padding within the 200 pixels. So I'm going to be giving a general rule on our body tag and our body element. I'm going to be giving it margin of 0, padding of 0, and I'm going to be giving it a font family of sans serif, and what again, let me see, line height of about 1.6 or 1.5. let me just say 1.6. so let's now deal with the structure itself. I'm going to be using an HTML5 property called header, and I'm going to be giving it a class of header. So within my header tag, I'm going to be creating an unordered list because we're going to be creating a menu icon, a navigation menu. We're going to be creating that. I'm going to be using so before then I talked about using the pseudo element, the before and after, and I talked about using this pseudo element of checked. So we're going to be using what we call the input type of checkbox to manipulate our menu icon. So we're going to also be needing a span element, which I'm going to give class of menu. So this is all we need for our HTML. Okay, let's give home. Let's copy and paste it like about 2-3 times. Home, about, contact us. Let's see. Okay, let me see, like this video, and let me give the last one, let me say subscribe. Okay, so let's check what we have here. Okay, this is what we have. We have our checkbox and we have our list item. So I want to give the header itself, want to give it a background color so we can beautify our page. So I'm just going to give it just a background color. I'm going to give it something like blue, background. What is that? External hash 1164, I think night. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the other thing we should take care of is we need to change our navigation menu to white, and we need to remove this style here. We need to also remove the underline. Okay, so in order to do that, we need to target our list item and also the list item with the anchor, which is the link. So let's target the link first. Let's see, text decoration, that is the underline. We want to strip the underline. Decoration, none. What else? Okay, let's give it a color of white. So let's check it out. Okay, so we still need to strip the another list, the list style type. We can either write list style type, or we can just write list style for short of none. Okay, that is okay. So we need our elements to, we need our navigation to be straight, like we need them to be on a line, not individual line. So we need to either float them or display them as inline. So how we do that is by using our list item, say display inline, yeah, something is wrong, display inline. Okay, if we don't want to do it this way, we can also use what we call float, then the direction left. We can just ask it to float left, but yeah, float, that's if I can spell left. So it's there already, it's just overflowing. We can just correct that by going to the container, which is the header, and say overflow hidden. So we have it there, but I don't want to use the floats. I want to use the display inline. So what else do we need to do? Let's check. Okay, so let's just give it, since we've given this display inline, we discover we only have the cursor changes when we hover the text alone, and when we are inside the list item, we don't have that kind of effect. In order to make all the list item a link, we need to include display inline block in the list and in the link item. Let's just say display inline block. Okay, I want this video to be as short as possible. I'm trying my best to do that, so let's check it out. Okay, everything is now a link item, so we need to give it a padding to make it fine. Let me see, padding, let me give it 10, top and bottom, let me give it 5, left and right. Let's see how that looks like. Okay, it's making sense. So we want a situation whereby when we hover over the navigation menu, something changes, either the background or the text or something like that. So in this situation, I would love to change the background color. So I'll just say on hover. When I hover over you, I want the background color to change to dark blue, dark blue. Okay, it's not working. Let's check our styling. Okay, pseudo class list A. Okay, instead of two column, we need just one column. Okay, it's looking nice. So now let's create our menu icon. Our menu icon using our span, and we gave it a class of menu. Now I want to give it a height of about 4 pixels, a width of about, let's say, 25 pixels, a background color of white. What again? Okay, let's see if we can view it. It's not displaying because it's an inline element, and we need to specify, we need to give it a block element. So we can do that by saying display. Instead of block, I can just make it inline block because I want it to go along with the first content. Inline block. This is exactly what I want it to be. I want it to be in line with the other elements, but I still want it to be a block element. But also I want it to be a block element. I don't want it to contain the whole width. I want it to contain its own width but still be an inline element. So what we do is that to create our menu icon, we need this type of a thing at the top and at the bottom to look like a menu icon. So what we need to do is to use our pseudo element to create that. So we target our menu, we create a pseudo element of before. Okay, so before the menu we need to create an element, give it a content of nothing because we have no content there obviously, so we need to manually create a content, and we need to give it the same height and width we've given this and the background color. The only difference is that we're going to give this a position because it's not going to appear until we give it a position. Position absolute. We can also give this a position of relative. So okay, absolute, so we should give it top, since it is absolute to a relative position. So we need to, if we should give it a top of, let me say, 4 or so pixels, it will move downward after this. It will move downward. Yeah, we want it to come up here, so we need to subtract, like we should give it a negative top. Look at what I'm saying. So if we should give it a negative, let me say -8, because we want it to go up, so we have something like this. So let's do the same thing for our after. Our after should be the normal top 8 because we want it to go from where the relative positioning is down, 8 pixels down. So let's just save that. Okay, something is wrong. We have position absolute. Okay, that is after. Okay, we've gotten our menu icon already. Now what we need to do is to, whenever this is checked, we want this to transform to X. That is, we have those kind of fancy menu icon that when we click on it, it becomes X. So in order for us to achieve that, let's give every one of them a transition. No, let's just go back to the HTML. If you can recall, when using our form, we can target an input type by using label for. We can give this an ID of check menu, and we can target the check menu by using our label for. Let's see, label for check menu. So let's just drop content here. So anytime we click on this content that is here, it will automatically check this checkbox for us, because we are labeling for the same ID that is here. So let's just check it out. So you discover whenever I click on it, it automatically checks my checkbox. So this is the same logic I want to use, but instead of this content, I want to strip this content away, and I want to put my menu icon inside the label for. So whenever I click my span, it automatically checks my checkbox. Okay, so now I can now target it that when my input is checked, when it is checked, okay, what should happen? I want to target my symbols element, which is the next element, which is the label for, which is the label. I want to target the menu. What do I want from the menu? I want to target the menu before. What do I want? I want it to transform. I want it to rotate about. I think this is before. I want my before to rotate. I want it to rotate, say 40 degree. I want it to rotate 40 degree. Let's see if rotate 40 degree. In order for us to achieve our X that we want to make, I want it to rotate 40 degree. So let's save that. Let's check. So whenever my checkbox is checked, my before should be rotating 40 degree. So let's do for our after. Our after should be rotating, let's say, 140 degree. So we have, no, it's not working. Yeah, that's because we didn't use after. Okay, we now have this. So it's not forming an X because they are not on the same position. So we should also give them a position, a top of 0, because we want them to be on an equal line before translating. So we have something like this. So in order for us to remove, because we can't rotate the middle, we can't rotate the span itself, because if we should rotate the span, all the elements would rotate together. So that is why we are using our before and after. We are rotating our before and after. So the only thing we can do, we can't display it as none. If we should display our span as none, all the element, the before and after two, would not display. So the only thing we can do to it is to give it a background color of transparent. So let's just copy this and paste it and give it menu. Let's just see background color transparent. So let's see what we have. So whenever it's checked, so we don't like the way it's just swapping, let's give it a transition. So from the, let's give it transition of 1 second. We're going to give every one of them a transition of 1 second, the before, the after, and the span itself. Transition of 1 second. So let's see. Yeah, I think this is better. So for our input type checkbox, we have to display it none. Input, because we don't need it. We don't need it anymore. One more thing, we should give our span a left of about 10 pixels. So we can either leave it this way, or we can also move our navigation menu to this side, to the side of our menu icon. We can do that by making our unordered list display inline block. So the same thing we did to this as a display inline block to come in line with the checkbox, we can also do the same thing for the navigation menu. We can see our unordered list, we want it to be displaying inline block. Okay, I think that's all for this tutorial video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you would subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.